Hello guys, welcome to my video. Today in this video I'm going to be teaching you 10 amazing advertisement tips for Twitter. Okay, stay tuned, don't go nowhere, I'll be back with you. Number one is define your business goals. It's very important that when you're creating a YouTube account, you should have a business goals in mind, because your audience want to know what you're actually into. Are you into iPhones? Are you into Samsung? Whatever you're into, you have to define it before you ever start up a Twitter account. Secondly, you have to create a strong profile. It is very important to create a strong profile. People can get to know your professionality or your brand identity when they get to know your profile. Maybe you're into comedy like I am. You could just define your profile as a comedian, or you can title your name as a comedian, and you put your pictures of performances. You have to make it look so original and official so that whoever you're passing the messages to can like what you're doing. Thirdly, you have to have a good content. It's very, very important. The essence of Twitter is your content. If your content are not great, your audience are going to be like, oh, I think I don't like this. So you have to get a great content. Thirdly, you have to keep it unique. You have to let everyone know that this is your brand of tweeting. Just like Donald Trump. When he tweets, the whole world knows Donald Trump is the one that just made that tweet. So you have to make your tweet unique. People have to know that this is you. You are Mark Zuckerberg. You're Bill Gates. You are Dangote. You are this. You are that. You are Eminem. You are this. You are that. People have to know it through your tweet. Fifthly, you have to tweet regularly. It's very, very important to always do this constantly. Constancy is very good when you're using Twitter. If people do not get to hear from you at all time, they lose interest. They lose interest in your product. They lose interest in your personality. They lose interest in your tweet. They lose interest in your profile. So you have to keep it constantly tweeting, regularly tweeting, like every day, like Monday to Friday to blah, 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 blah. Sixth on the list is you have to be engaging. When you make a tweet and people are commenting on your tweet, you have to reply, you have to retweet them. You don't just have to ignore people, you have to retweet people's tweet. If you want to get it right, you have to always find time to retweet, or you get a PA, or you get an assistant, or you get a secretary that can retweet your tweets, because they are very important in doing that. 7 on the list, you have to learn from others. It's very, very important to learn from others. Maybe there's something Mr. A is doing that Mr. B is not doing. You have to learn from Mr. A. It's very, very important that you learn from others, because one thing in this life is that it is true that we don't know everything, but there are people who have been there before us. There are people who have been successful before us. We just learn from them. Those are the people who call the motivational speakers. I don't sometimes even believe in them, but you can learn from them because they have great ideas. They have experiences on how they become successful using Twitter accounts. So it's very, very good to learn from people. 8 of them is you have to evaluate and adjust your Twitter account. Maybe there are things you're not doing correctly. You have to, okay, maybe I'm not doing this correctly. You evaluate it and then you adjust to meet the requirements for getting your Twitter straight on the point. Okay. The number 9 of it is you have to use a creative CTAs. Creative CTAs is very, very important. You just don't have to sit down and wake up one morning and write anything you want. You have to be creative. You have to look for a way to use a comic action to penetrate the minds of your audience or to capture your audience. It's very, very important to be creative, because when you are creative, you capture the minds of people. People want to see creativity. It's very important to be creative. It's very important to be very, very creative in what you're doing. For example, let me give you for example. Now, iPhone just brought up a new iPhone 12 Pro or iPhone 12. It is the world latest iPhone 12. Now, what can you do as a social media marketer, or as someone who want to have a good advertising tips on Twitter? Let's imagine YouTube, iPhone has given you the contract to market their product for them. What are you going to do? You are going to find the particular local stuff that you have in your area to market that. 10 of it is what? Reach out to influencers. You cannot do it alone. There are people there who are influencers. Reach out to them, talk to them, and learn from them. It's very important. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you learned a lot and you enjoyed this video. Please remember to like, share, and comment. And see you next week.